Steph? You're up early, aren't you?
Couldn't sleep.
Oh, well, I'm not surprised. Probably feeling guilty about last night.
I didn't do anything. What's my dad been telling you?
Not much. He's got more important things on his mind, like Shelley moving out.
Shelley's leaving?
Sounds like he might be going with her. Oh, this place won't be the same without him after all these years. I blame you for driving them out.
But that isn't what I wanted. I wanted to put things right, Betty. Look, let me go and have a word with them.
No, you're not allowed. They've told me they don't want to be disturbed, and I'm sure that means you more than anyone. It's you that should be going.
Clean as a new pin.
Oh, a bit of a smudge up there.
That better?
What about the engine?
She's fine. Took her around the ring road several times. Nothing.
Didn't notice a sort of jiggity type noise.
No.
No, sometimes it's a bit more balloon.
Dad, she is running as sweet as a nut.
No, my mistake then.
Don't forget your bill.
Don't be daft, Robert. I'm family.
Well, all right, forget about this, but you didn't tell me she was nearly empty. Put 20 quid's worth in.
Take out the money you owe me for the shirts.
Steph, I need to talk to you.
I'm in no mood to chatter.
Ethan tells me you've taken on the replacement of those damaged hymn books.
I don't give a monkeys about those hymn books, Edna. If I'm stepping on your toes, then please, take it over, with my blessing.
I only wanted to help.
Help? I think you wanted to see me mess up. Well, everyone get the flags out, because I've screwed up big time. I'm sure Betty will fill you in on the details.
Maybe you should. It's quite obvious you're very upset about something. It might help to talk.
To you?
Is that so ridiculous?
No offence, Edna. But I really don't think you'd understand what I'm going through.
In your situation, you shouldn't be so quick to judge people. Also, if you'll pardon my mentioning it, you have no friends in this village, so your choices are limited. The offer's there if you change your mind.
Emmerdale will continue after these messages.
Oh, Shelley, do be reasonable. I've lived in this village for over 20 years. I can't just pack up my whole life and leave in 2 hours.
So you're saying you want to come, but you need more time?
I need to make arrangements.
We've been talking about this for weeks. The estate agents can finalise the sale of the B&B.
But surely we can at least discuss where we're going.
We could go to Spain. We've always planned to go there.
OK, so we'll get the latest property details and maybe go over next month and take a look at them.
I'm not staying here another month, not even a week. No, every time that bell goes, I'll be expecting to find Steph on the doorstep.
She's just trying to make up for what she did. She was sick.
Alan, she's never going to change.
She needs help.
And what about what I need? Doesn't that matter to you?
Well, of course it does.
But not enough. If you really loved me, you wouldn't think twice about leaving her behind.
She is my daughter.
I'm leaving today, whether you come or not. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to get on with my packing.
I don't know what I'm doing here. Except I couldn't go back to that vicarage. I couldn't face another sanctimonious sermon. Mind, I expect you've got some shoved up your sleeve.
I brought you some tea.
The British answer to everything. My life's falling apart, but it'll all be all right after a cuppa.
I just thought it might help put you at your ease.
It's going to take more than a cup of rosy, Edna. Me, my dad and Shelley had dinner last night. My dad thought it might clear the air.
Did it?
Suffice it to say, she's leaving. I know what you're thinking, Edna, but I didn't do anything to upset her. All I did was talk about old times.
Well, if that's true, why does she want to run away?
So that he'll go with her. She's pretending to be frightened of me. So that he'll think I'm not worth staying for.
Well, you must admit that she has good reason to be afraid of you.
Look, I had a lot of time to think things over when I was in Nick. Remember, Edna? I thought I was in there for life. When they let me out, I knew it was my last chance.
Oh, I know that you've been trying to make amends since you've been back, but maybe there are some things that just can't be forgiven.
I don't care what the village thinks. All that matters to me is my dad. And he was coming round. That's why he organised the meal.
That just seems to have made it worse.
No, it was going well. She was determined it wouldn't work. She was determined to keep us apart. That's why she's threatening to leave. So that he has to make a choice.
Maybe it always had to end this way. Be honest. One of you's got to go.
So how are things settling down at King & Son after the big bang?
Well, they seem to have coped with charity leaving a bit better than Home Farm did. At least we're all still standing. Anyway, how about you? Any news on the B&B?
Alan's accepted my offer.
Lucky you. Me and my old man would have owned that if it weren't for Steph going off her head.
Well, I hope that you still wish us luck. That is, if I can persuade Louise to come into partnership.
I'm just not sure we could make that much profit from it.
Seemed like a pretty sound business to us.
Yeah, well, that's what I keep telling her. I mean, Bob and me, we're getting the punters in, and with Louise as landlady, they'll be queuing at the door.
Be an asset to any business.
Yeah.
Well, behind a bar maybe, but I don't know anything about hotels.
Well, maybe I can help you out there. A mate of mine runs a B&B up near Oakley. It's about the same size, but she's put in a flash new restaurant. Makes a fortune. I can show you around and help you see the potential in Turner's place.
Oh, well, we wouldn't want to put you to any trouble.
No trouble. Always glad to help a friend.
I suppose you think I got what I deserved. You know, wages of sin and all that.
I told you not to make assumptions about people.
I know what you think of me, Edna.
No, you don't. But I'm sure that I understand what you're going through better than you think. You see, I know what it's like to lose someone you love. And in spite of everything that's happened, I think I know how much you love your father. Now, the real question is, do you love him enough to let him go?
Well, Matthew doesn't seem to have much doubt we can make a go of the place.
Maybe he was right.
I keep telling you, we make a great team. Trouble is, two's company, three's a crowd.
You mean we won't really been eating Bob?
Right. It's not going to be easy giving him the bad news.
Everyone seemed to enjoy the wine at your exhibition. But you seem to have overlooked our bill, so I brought you another copy.
I'll stick a check in the post.
Oh, no offense, but Dad thinks it might bounce. We'd rather have the cash. Shouldn't be too hard. You sold all the pictures.
But I won't be making any profit on them.
Your problem, not ours.
Might not have been if the person that sired you hadn't gone bleating to Our Lady Mayor.
Well, then you wouldn't want him mentioning your unpaid bills. Plus what you owe my sister.
I don't know why you're still going round with that creep. Do I detect a hint of sour grapes? Just gotta know how to play him, love. See, even you managed to get something out of him. Why do I go wrong?
Do unto Pollard as Pollard would do unto you. The next time, do it first. Here, I got this out of him for you.
This exhibition's turning into a complete and utter disaster.
Only if we'll let it.
Well, I haven't got much choice, have I? Now that Glynis has told everyone I'm giving the profits away.
I see it, we're still entitled to our expenses. Like this wine bill and the cleaning bill.
Storage and carriage of paintings, rental of exhibition space.
With a bit of creative accountancy, we can still be quids in.
I wish you'd at least let me run you to the station.
I'd rather go by cab.
I never meant it to end like this.
It doesn't have to. I'll be staying with my friends from Cornwall. They're working up on Arran now.
I'll take that from you. Thank you.
All you've got to do is pick up the phone and tell me you'll be following.
I've got to sort out things here.
Just remember, if you let her back into your life, you'll never be free of her. Come with me and I know we can be happy. But that's a decision you've got to make for yourself. So in the meantime, I guess it's goodbye. Take care of yourself.
Well?
She's gone.
I can see that. Are you going after her?
I don't see how I can.
You just buy a ticket and pack your bags.
It's not that simple. I've got to think about what I'm leaving behind.
Oh, if you mean Steph, she gave up her rights to anything when she tried to kill you.
Did she? I sometimes wonder why she turned out that way.
There's always one bad apple in the barrel.
But I was never a good father to her. I was drinking too much. I was under a lot of stress. I think I must be partially responsible for what happened.
Oh, there's loads of people have tough childhoods. But they don't all turn out to be murderers.
Yeah, but when it came to the crunch, she didn't kill me. She was intent on killing herself.
Bob, could I have a word?
Yeah, far away, yeah.
Well, it's a bit awkward. Nothing's set in stone as yet.
Yeah, come on, spit it out.
Me and Louise, we decided to put an offer in on the B&B.
No way. You're kidding.
Yeah, I'm sorry, mate.
This is fantastic. But between us, we could make a little gold mine out of that place. I said we could branch out.
No, Bob. No, if we get the go-ahead, it means we wouldn't need you.
Oh, right.
Nothing's finalised yet. I mean, it could be ages till it goes through. I mean, it's not as if we're turfing you out now.
No, of course not, no.
Well, it's a brighter future for TJ, isn't it?
Of course it is, yeah. Hey, I'm really pleased for you. Good on you, mate.
Pint, please. There is a great Armenian restaurant in Harrogate.
So?
So, I thought you might want to sample it with me. Good food, intelligent conversation.
You've got a very high opinion of yourself, haven't you?
I like to think I'm brighter than some of the local yokels. Still pining over Andy?
I have never pined over anyone in my life.
I'm glad to hear it. He's clearly not interested, and frankly, he's not worth it either.
One last try. There you go, Andy. Pint of the best.
Cheers, Louise.
Andy, why don't you bring that over here?
So does Marcus pick you up later on then?
I hope not. We split up ages back. I thought Max would have told you that.
Oh, must have slipped my mind.
I don't think so. I asked you and you sounded quite sure they were still an ale.
Now, why would that be?
Oh, misunderstanding. Oh, so the time. I've just remembered I've got to meet a mate in Houghton.
So that's why you've been ignoring all my signals. Just trying to be a gentleman.
Well, I don't need to, you know. So can I take that as a green light?
You got a visitor, Alan.
Oh, thank you, Bessie.
Dad, I am so sorry about Shelley.
You drove her out.
Bessie, it might be better if we could just be alone for a moment.
Oh, all right. But I'll be just in the kitchen. Call me if you need me.
Sorry about that. Bessie's being a bit overprotective of me since she came back.
It's all right, I'm getting used to it. Everyone seems to think all this is my fault.
So I know you're doing your best to put things right.
But it didn't work, did it, Dad? She still left. Oh, I know what you feel for her. Why didn't you go with her?
Well, I won't pretend I wasn't tempted, but in the end, the price was too high.
You really do seem to have run up an awful lot of expenses.
Well, you know how it is. You can't make an omelette without breaking any eggs. There'll be nearly £200 left to donate when everything else is deducted.
I don't think so.
You doubting my figures?
No, not at all. I'm just reminding you that my expenses will need to be deducted too. I think we understand each other quite well. Just try not to be so obvious next time.
Cheers.
I really thought I'd lost you for good this time. I never dreamed you'd choose to stay with me. I just feel terrible for what you're giving up.
I'll just have to get used to life without her.
Easier said than done.
Well, the decision's been made. There's no point in going on about it.
I do love you, Dad.
Yes, I know.
That's why I can't let you do this.
What?
You and Shelley. You should be together. And it should be here at Emmerdale. It's your home.
I don't think she sees it that way.
Only because I'm here. If I left, you two could settle down.
Oh, it's too late for that now.
Not necessarily, Dad. Why don't you go and find her? Tell her I'll leave.
I don't think she'd believe me.
Well, then I'll have to do it. She's going to have to believe me.
Why are you doing this?
Because I'm sure that you love me now. That's all I've ever wanted. And if I do this, I'll finally make up for all the dreadful things I've done to you both.
Emmerdale will be right back.
Thank you, Diane.
So where are you taking me to dinner?
I don't recall inviting you.
We should be celebrating. Against all odds, we came up smiling, thanks to me.
I think I made a significant contribution.
Yeah, whatever. It still deserves a night out.
What's Marlon got on?
Hot pot or fish and chips?
Well, as I bought the drinks, I imagine it's your treat.
Netted yourself the last of the big spenders there.
So how come Marcus got the elbow then?
What, apart from being a boring, pompous git?
I thought you'd like that.
I've got a wide range of tastes, me. Sometimes I prefer slow on the uptake, dour and rude, like you.
Thanks.
No, the trouble with Marcus was he committed the cardinal sin.
What was that? His credit card got refused at the Hunt bar.
No, much worse. He started talking about us settling down.
Is that a bad thing?
I've seen too much of it at home, believe me. All boils down to who owns what, who does what, and plenty of rows. Life's too short.
Well, I can safely guarantee you that I'm not looking for the slightest bit of commitment. Just a bit of fun.
Which makes you my kind of guy. Fancy another?
Yeah.
Well, this is it. Wish me luck.
You really don't have to do this, you know.
Yes, I do, Dad. Because this time tomorrow, you and Shelley could be starting a new life.
What about you?
I'll ring you when I get there and let you know how I'm getting on. And don't worry. I will find her. Love you.
Thank you.
Come on, let's get you inside, love.